everybody, and thanks for tuning in today. Let's just dive right into it. The title is Stop Asking for Permission. Stop asking for permission, validation, approval, all of those things. All of those. Because you don't need them. You never needed them to proceed forward. Social media has us messed up because some of us take it too seriously, and it's not that serious of a thing. If you're not on there to have fun, I always say if you're not on there to laugh or make money, you need to just get off of there. So if you're a hater, get off of there. It's not a safe place for you. Social media is a place to have fun. It's a place to reconnect, despite what some people believe. You know, some people are getting into this mode where they think they have fans, or they think someone is watching them or stalking them. No, it's social media. Your pictures and your videos are there for people to see. Never understand why someone thinks that they are being watched and stalked via social media. These people are only going to see what you show them. But that's neither here nor there. Today's topic is stop asking for permission. All right? Sometimes we get too caught up in the likes and the validation of other people and what other people think of us, how they might judge us. Maybe they're going to think this way about us, or maybe they're going to think this. First of all, stop it. It's exhausting. Ooh, that was a wasp. It's exhausting. No matter how hard you try, you can never control what another person thinks. And also, to take that even further, if a person chooses to think a specific way about you or thing about you, they're going to think it anyway, despite what you're doing, despite what you say. Have you ever dealt with a person who is dead set on not liking you? That's a perfect example. Someone who is dead set on not liking you. It doesn't matter if you're the nicest person to them in the world. They are going to find that one little thing that you do, and they're going to hone in on that, and from that, they are going to despise you because they are looking for a reason to dislike you. And there's nothing you can do about that. You can try, you can, adjust yourself and adjust your life and adjust the things around you, but it's just not going to happen. If a person has made their mind up about you, unfortunately, that's their narrative. And that's just what it is. It's their narrative in their head. It has no effect on you. You can't control that. All right. So since we know that, you might see me looking down at my notes. Yes, I took notes because I don't want to leave anything out. All right. We're talking about not asking for permission. We don't need it from people. Okay. That's important. I tell my clients, when you set a boundary, that's just it. You can't backtrack, and you can't dance around that boundary because of the way someone feels about it. Okay. Once you set it, that's it. It's set in stone. You got to set it in stone, and you got to stick to it no matter what. You can't bend, because people will take advantage if you do bend. Okay, so that's that. You have to tell people what you're going to do and what you're not going to do. All right, you have to stand strong in it, because people will test you, and people will impose on you, and they will push their beliefs on you. And it's to benefit them. That's the crazy part about it. People are going to do what benefits them. All right, it's ingrained in people. It's human nature. It's human nature. Everyone is out here doing something that benefits them in some way. So just keep that in mind. So that makes it easy for you to stick to your boundaries, because you want to do what's best for you ultimately. So that is you upholding your boundary and having a standard about yourself and the things that you want to do and that you don't want to do. All right. Speaking with confidence. Once you believe something, I always say I stand on business. I always stand on business in everything that I say or do. And if I'm wrong, I can backtrack and admit that I'm wrong. You have to speak with confidence, because sometimes you'll tell someone something and your voice is so weak that you don't even believe it yourself. So how can you expect those around you to believe what you're saying? So you have to speak with confidence when you're saying something that you believe in, or you're setting a boundary and you're saying what you're going to do or what you're not going to do. You have to say it with confidence. Say it like you mean it. An example from my life that relates to that whole stop asking for permission, speak up with confidence, all of that. Make a habit of telling people what you're going to do and what you're not going to do. My story is drinking alcohol. All right. Back in, I would say, around the time that I just got out of college, my looks were very important to me at the time. My look to stay small. I didn't want a pot belly. I didn't want my stomach to start sticking out. I didn't want my stomach protruding. So, the whole aspect of the beer belly thing, I didn't want that. So to avoid that, I didn't want to drink alcohol. It was just a personal choice that I had made. Now, of course, I had drank in the past. I drink now when I feel like it. But during this time of my life, I just did not want to drink at all. And I found that when I went out with people, I would say, oh, I don't drink, or I'm not drinking. However I said it, I didn't really have any confidence in my voice, because the only reason that I had, and I didn't want to go into depth with anybody about why I wasn't drinking, it wasn't for health reasons. It wasn't because I was taking any type of medicine, and it wasn't because I had religious beliefs around it. I just, had made up in my mind that I was not going to drink. And I mean, I'm not geeked to drink anyway. To me, I must have a high tolerance, because it take a lot to get me feeling tipsy. Like, if it doesn't taste good, and I've always been like this, if it doesn't taste good, I really don't have to drink. I do it for the taste of it. And if a buzz hit, it just hit. And that's a good thing. That could be a good thing. And a little buzz hit. But I don't necessarily, I've never needed to drink. I've never been one of those people who needed to drink. So I just didn't want to do it. And at the time, I thought that, even in my heart, I was like, okay, that's not a good enough reason. All right, you could just drink and then drink a whole bunch of water afterwards. You probably won't get the beer belly, and your skin probably won't mess up. That's another thing. I wanted to keep my skin clear. All the reading I did and searches online. Okay, if you want perfect skin and a perfect body, don't drink alcohol. So that's just what I was on at the time. And I was like, oh, I want to stay pretty so I can be a model. I'm not drinking. But when I said it, when I went out and people asked, are you drinking? Or, they just handed me a shot or handed me a drink. It's like, I didn't have the confidence to really say, oh, no, I'm not drinking. Well, I had the confidence to say it, but it wasn't believable. And I would wonder, why do the people around me, no matter how much I say, oh, I'm not drinking, or oh, I don't drink, or no thanks, I don't want anything to drink. And that's exactly how I said it. I was wondering why the people around me were not respecting my wishes. They would say things like, oh, you could just have one drink, or here, just one shot. Or they will make a drink anyway and pass it to me. And I'm like, didn't I tell this I wasn't drinking? Like, they, for some reason, unbeknownst to me at the time, people were not believing me. And I couldn't figure out why. I was like, why is it that when I say I'm not drinking, people are still imposing drinks on me? Didn't I tell them I didn't drink? And then it got to a point where it was certain people that I would be around, and they respected it. When I said I didn't drink, they would say, oh, okay, yeah, she doesn't drink. And I liked being around those people because they weren't pushy and they respected my wishes. But then there were other people who I started pulling back from, because I said they don't listen to me when I say I don't drink. They still try to hand me a shot, and I wouldn't take it because I'm stubborn. So I would just toss it or give it to somebody else, or act like I didn't like it and it was nasty and pass it along. But then it got to a point I was like, why do I have to do all of that? Me just saying, no, I don't drink, needs to be enough. And that's it, that's all. And what I started observing is there were other people around me who stopped drinking or who did not drink. And when they said it, people would just accept it. Whenever they said it, they would accept it. And then I got to feeling a certain type of way. Well, why when I say it, it's a joke or people don't take it serious, but then when this person says it, they believe them, or they don't hound them about it. Like, I constantly got hounded. Oh, you could take one drink. Oh, just take one. Just do that. And I'm just like, dog, leave me alone. Like, I didn't mean to make a moment of this. If drinking is that important and that's what you do, then do it. But I don't need to do it to appease anybody. And it really started to piss me off. And I was like, well, when some people say they don't drink, that's just it. The conversation is over. And I even, watched the people around them. When someone else would come to offer that person a drink, they would say, oh, no, she don't drink, she don't drink. Oh, she don't drink? Oh, okay. And then they would move on. But whenever it was me, I just felt so undermined, and which led to me feeling disrespected, because I felt like when I said it, it held no power. It was, oh, you could just have one. Oh, girl. What you mean you don't drink? People didn't take it serious. And so I really started to get in my feelings about that, because I was like, what I say don't hold no weight? Like, until I found my true voice. What I noticed is whenever you say something, you have to say it with conviction. You have to say it with your chest, and you have to believe it yourself, so that others will take it serious and believe you too. So once I learned that one piece of advice, that one tactic, and nobody told me this, I had to figure it out on my own. But once I learned, I'm not even believing me, because I say it with a smile, and it probably sounds like a question when I say it. Oh no, I'm not drinking. No, I don't drink. No. I said, it's probably the way I'm saying it that's making those people around me push and give me pushback on why I'm not drinking and making an issue of it, when I never wanted it to be a big deal. So I started saying it with my chest. And that's what I like to tell my clients. Speak with confidence. We're never asking, we're telling. You have to tell people. People are pushy by nature, and they're forceful, and they always want to force their beliefs on you. People are projectors. They want to project on you. So if they're this big drinker and that's the only way they can get out and have a good time, then of course they're going to project that on you. Project that on you. So when I started speaking with my chest and I started speaking with conviction, I never had any more pushback about why I wasn't drinking. People started to believe me. Why? Because I believed it myself. And it wasn't that I was around, a totally different group of people. I was around some of the same people. But when I stated it matter-of-factly, I don't drink. And I had to say it and I dare you to say something about it. And some people did dare say something. Ooh, I don't know what happened there. Some people did say something about it, and I had to repeat myself again. I'm not drinking. And don't pass me no drink, because you're going to waste it. Drinks cost money. Go ahead, pass it that way. Seriously, I was not for it. And once I had made up my mind, I ain't had no more problem out of people. So that's my piece of advice. We're not asking anyone. We're telling them. And we're believing it ourselves. We're speaking with conviction. We're saying it with our chest. Because if it's something that we feel strongly about and we don't want to do it, we're not doing it. We're not pussyfooting around it. We're not pretending like I did, pretend to throw a shot away. Why would I do that when all I had to do was say no or sit it down? Now, if you want to have a back and forth, we can have a back and forth. But what I'm not finna do is sit here and explain myself and explain all the reasons why I'm not doing something that I don't want to do. No, because I said so. That's why. And I'm not. And so that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you just have to stand on business. And you have to stand on business when it comes to something that you feel strongly about. It doesn't have to get disrespectful. I'm not saying that. It doesn't have to get confrontational at all. You know, you can also say it with a smile. No, I'm not. Because I'm just not. That's why. When you speak with conviction, you show others that you believe in what it is you are saying too. So if you believe it, they'll believe it. And that sums it up right there. So the takeaway from this is, you know, hopefully if you're grown, you know, we're not teenagers anymore. We don't have to be subject to peer pressure. But people will try to peer pressure a whole grown-ass adult into doing things that they don't want to do. And sometimes you just have to tell them, look, girl, we are not 13. We are not 14. I said no. And that's just what it is. I encourage my clients, you know, if it's something that you feel strongly about and you don't want to bend and you don't want to break, let it be known. Just let it be known. You know, you can say it with a smile. Sometimes it's not believable with a smile, because I've smiled all my life, and a lot of people only started taking me serious when I've learned how to do the resting bitch face. Because the resting bitch face, people can't really read you that well. They don't know where you're coming from. They don't know if you're mean, if you're nice. And unfortunately, a lot of women, I always say, we have to master the resting bitch face to protect ourselves. It's a protection mechanism. You do it to protect yourself, because sometimes people don't take you serious when you're smiling, and when you're smiling and laughing and you're lighthearted. And of course, you don't want to change who you are. I'm still that lighthearted person, always having a good time, always smiling, having fun, you know, not taking things too serious, laughing always. But, you know, if it's something I feel deeply about, or if somebody is trying to mess with me, or if I see an injustice that's happening, that's when I straighten it up real quick, because I just don't want the offender to get it twisted. I don't want the offender to take it the wrong way. And the wrong way is that I'm playing. If I'm not playing, I'm not playing. So I've learned how to wipe that smile off my face real quick. Like I say, I'm very laid back, but I can sit up real quick. So shout out to my ladies who have mastered that skill. To be laid back, fun loving, you know, have a good time, lighthearted, giggly, not taking life too serious, laid back chicks, but could sit up real quick if need be. So thank you all for tuning in. I hope you gained something from this message. I am Coach K, and I'll see you in the community. Please like, please subscribe to my videos, hit that notification bell, and I will see you very soon with another video.